I think that's a really good reflection. And I think something else to think about is how many opportunities do students have to think about the why? Because I think one of your strengths is really solid explanations, but making sure that students can think about that conceptual understanding piece is really going to help them. In particular, I wanted to tie it back to what we talked about last time. So in our second quarter meeting, we talked about focusing on effortful thinking questions and giving students the opportunity to explain and justify their reasoning. And as that ties really closely with this piece about to be remembered information, because if the to be remembered information is the meaning behind the concept, it requires the questions that we use to be aligned to that. And I think that would have really helped students. In particular, a lot of the errors that they made on the exit ticket were around inverse operations. Like you mentioned, adding or subtracting, sorry, when it was already subtracting instead of using the inverse operation of addition, or subtracting when they were supposed to divide to take that last step to isolate the variable. And so I think thinking about the questions that you asked, like, what do we do next? What does that give us? What do we do next? Take a second, and you don't have to answer immediately. How do you think you could have adjusted your questioning to focus student attention on conceptually understanding those steps?
Probably getting them to tell me why would we subtract here? Like, I could probably still ask the question, what is our next step? And then if they tell me, well, I want to subtract that, and which would be wrong. And then I could probably say, okay, if you want to subtract this, what is that actually doing? What are we doing by subtracting this? Okay, and probably let them walk it out. Like, did this help our situation? Did we take a step closer to isolating, or did we actually just made it more complicated? And they would probably see it's more complicated and say, okay, so what should we do? Okay, we want to add. So tell me how adding is going to accomplish our goal. Yeah, I mean, I can see how that definitely would get the wheels turning a little more than procedural. Oh, I just need to add 10.